turning into quite the production. All right? Okay. Well, this is going to have to work. Okay? This is just going to have to work. Sorry if the lighting is not as good as usual, as normal. The only person we can blame for that is myself. For being cheap and ordering cheap lights. Okay? All right. What is this video about? Now that you've got that beautiful intro from me, Caitlin J. Reads, make sure to like, comment down below, subscribe. I wanted to do some sort of TBR, okay? But if you are new to my channel, you don't know this, but if you're not, I really don't buy books that I haven't read, unless it's like Wheel of Time, something I know I love, Brandon Sanderson, something I know I love. You might be hard-pressed to see me buying most other books, okay? But what I do actively use on the regular, okay, is my Kindle. And this app, this beautiful app I love to call the Libby, okay? And I thought, what is smarter than doing a Libby TBR, a Kindle/Libby TBR? So that is exactly what we're doing today. Going over all the holds, all of the loans, the holds that I have on my Libby, and then the unread books on my Kindle, which I believe to really just be off my Audible. All right, there's just one. There's just one that I have bought recently, or maybe a couple actually. You know what? I lie. There might be a couple. We're going to go through and we're going to discuss. We are going to go over my Libby loans, okay? If you don't know a difference between a library loan and hold, a loan is something I currently have that I can read actively. A hold is something that I have requested. So I will get a notification to my phone when a hold is ready for a loan, and then I get 2 weeks to read it. All right? Quick library synopsis, how library works for you. So, first on my loan list, I'm going to talk about the book I am currently reading. We have the Gathering Storm audiobook. So, I get both audiobooks and ebooks on this. They just happen to have the audiobook for this book only. So, we have the Gathering Storm audiobook that I'm currently in the middle of. That is, I bought the ebook using Libby for the audiobook. Just started that today on chapter 2. So I cannot tell you much about it, besides Rand is boring. As usual. What's new? Next, we have Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. And I'm excited for this book. Looks pretty. Heard about it from Elliott Books, where I get a lot of my recommendations, especially for fantasy. And she talked about this, I believe in the same video, she talked about The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, which, if you've watched last video, link in the cards, I really enjoyed that book. So I am going to read that next. That is on my loan docket. I have 14 more days with that book. It just came in. Then we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Tozukazu Kawaguchi. And I apologize if I really did not do that service, but Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which in short is pretty much about this coffee shop where when you drink its coffee, I believe you either go back in time or forward in time, one or the other, and that sounds so interesting to me. A little bit of science fiction, fantasy thrown in a real life story. I'm interested. It's a translated work. I am interested. This is the ebook I have on loan, and I have 13 more days with this book. Then we have The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And I'm interested to read this book, to say the least. I've known about this book for years upon years upon years now. Was I too scared to read it when I was a teen? Yes. Was I too scared to read it in 2020 when I first got back into fantasy? Yes. Am I scared to read it now? Not whatsoever. So I'm interested to see what I think about the Kingkiller Chronicles, and that will probably be the last book that I read out of all of these holds because it's one of the longest. I know I can get through the other two quickly or relatively quickly and then spend some time with this book. I also have 13 days left with this ebook. Next, we're moving on to holds, okay? First, we have Manhunt by Gretchen Velker Martin. If you don't know anything about this book, neither do I. But what I do know is that J.K. Rowling is murdered, dies in a burning house fire. And boy, does that sound satisfying to me. So I had to put in a loan at my library to read this book. It's like a no-brainer, all right? It's an absolute no-brainer. Plus, I saw it recommended to me on TikTok. And, you know, I just gotta try it out. We saw Bow Ties and Books talk about it. You know, they really liked it. Or did they even read it? I'm not sure if Bow Ties and Books read it. I remember I watched their video on it, okay? I watched their video. And they talked about the whole J.K. Rowling thing, which made me, so interested. Bells are turning up here. Interest is turning and yearning. But did they read it? I don't remember. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. It's my bad. It's my bad. It's my bad. All right? But I saw them talk about it, and I needed to get my hands on it. So I got 2 weeks on that ebook, and I'm more than excited to read it. Then we have the Towers of Midnight audiobook by Robert Jordan. I have 4 weeks until this loan will come in. Usually it comes in faster because people delay the Robert Jordan long ones, the long boys, shall they say, the tall boys, shall they say, okay? This is 13 in the Wheel of Time. Then we have 1 left. I hope to finish it in August. I hope it comes in before 4 weeks because I just really adore it and I just want to see what happens. You know, I want to know what happens. Now that we've passed the threshold of reading actual Robert Jordan books, because I was trying to kind of savor them, now I just want to go, go, go. All right? So we are waiting for Towers of Midnight, book 13, and we got 4 weeks. Then I have to Battle the Labyrinth, book 4 in the Percy Jackson series. We have 6 weeks on this audiobook. Most likely it will come in before then. It's a short book. People usually don't take a full 2 weeks to read these Percy Jackson books. I find that they do move relatively quickly, okay? This is Battle of the Labyrinth, book 4. From what I remember reading these as kids, I feel like this might have been one of my favorites. Am I sure? Not really. I'm not entirely sure, but nevertheless, I am still excited. I got 6 weeks left on this hold. As I said, oh my goodness. Then we have Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I believe I, again, saw this on Elliot Books' channel. If not sure where I saw it. You could be, your guess is better than mine. All right, your guess is better than mine. What's it about? Not quite sure. But I remember it sounded interesting when they talked about it over on Elliot Books. Okay? So I put in a hold for it. We got 6 weeks until Nettle and Bone comes in. Can't talk too much about it because, like I said, what is it about? I don't know. And I don't like, fun fact, don't like looking up books before reading them, especially if I know nothing about them. I want to keep it that way. All right? I would like to keep it that way. So, yes, 6 weeks until I get my hands on Nettle and Bone and we can talk all about it. Then we have On Writing by Stephen King, the audiobook. I have been trying to get more nonfiction writing books in my repertoire. I really wanted to start with this one. Haven't read any other ones yet. But Reba Cindy's Goodreads, I follow her on Goodreads, and she often rates and reviews writing books that she reads, so I kind of look through that and I'm taking notes, okay? Because I want to read some nonfiction about writing. This audiobook will come in about 8 weeks. I want to get the physical copy by then and read along physically so that way I can annotate as I go, which is why I've gotten this a couple times and I've delayed it for that reason, that exact reason. All right, we got 8 weeks until this audiobook loan comes in, but trust me from experience, it won't take 8 weeks. It just will not take 8 weeks. So I'm sure that will come in soon. Will I read it next month? Or this month, actually. Oh God, not entirely sure. Then this is a travesty. The Ramapo Library System of New York, you need to get more copies of N.K. Jemison's works, because there are 9 people waiting for the Obelisk Gate audiobook and only 1 copy available. 1. All right? I have to wait 10 weeks for this book. I thought I would be able to just fly through. As you saw, I read the 5th season last month, first book last month, and I thought I was going to be able to just fly through with it, all right? No. Nope. Because the audiobook has a fucking 10-week wait time, and it's been this long. People take forever to read these books, which I get it. Savor them. They're amazing. But 10 weeks for this audiobook. 10 measly weeks. That's a lot. And then I get to reread it. I'm so excited to reread The Obelisk Gate after rereading the 5th season. So excited to see, our the daughter's perspective again, and see, the nuances and foreshadows of knowing this book, knowing this series, having read it before. So I'm very excited to read The Obelisk Gate. Then on my Kindle ebooks, we have Gunmetal Gods, which is a Kindle Unlimited book, and I don't know, it just sounded really, really cool. So I put that in there, and yeah, that's, these Kindle books are most of the time for when there's nothing in my Libby, or I'm really not sure what I want to read, if anything my Libby is calling to me, shall you say. So I go over to the Kindle and see what I have in that library. Gunmetal Gods by Zamil Akhtar, which I don't want to say I'm reading on Goodreads. But yeah, Gunmetal Gods. That's on my list to read. The Sword of Kaigan by M.L. Wang. I've heard of Reagan from Peruse Project talk about this book before, and it just interested me. What can I say? So I put it in. It's part of Kindle Unlimited, so I got it. Then we have A Skinful of Shadows by Frances Hardknight. Where I heard about this book, no idea. Not entirely sure, but it's here. It's not even Kindle Unlimited. It is here for me to read at some point. I think it's a YA fantasy. I don't remember where I heard this. I remember hearing it in a YouTube video, but where, I'm sorry to disappoint, I have no idea. So there is a book that I know for sure. All right, awesome. It is my fucking library. I knew it. I knew it was in my library. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. All right? I want to read this book. What is it about? I don't know. But the cover. The cover says it all. The cover gives Joe Abercrombie first trilogy paperbacks. And we all know those are some of my favorite covers. Wow, is this lighting getting real fucked and a half. All right? Good thing. That's my last book on the TBR. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. Do I know what it's about? No, absolutely not. Do I have to keep things brief and wrap this video up? Yeah, we're losing light. This stupid motherfucking light blew. Let's see, will you turn on? No. Why would it do that? Why would it do anything that makes my life just a little bit easier? Nah. No, not today. So, yeah. That was today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Something different. I don't see this very often. But that was my Libby holds, my Libby loans, my Kindle books, and the audiobooks. Oh, no, I'm not even going to include it. We have the Live Lock and Lamora, but, I started that and couldn't really quite get through it, and we're already past. All right, but that is it. Leave a like, comment down below. Any of these books, have you read them before? Do you like them? Do you enjoy them? Do you not like them or enjoy them? Why not? Let me know. All right? Subscribe. That would be nice. That would be fun. And I'll see you on the flip side. All right? Goodbye. Goodbye.